In this video today, I'm going to give you 23 tips for beginner DJs. Now, if you want 5,000 free sound effects, check the link in the description down below. So the first tip I'm going to give you is set clear goals. Every single DJ needs to have some clear goals when they start DJing. If you go into this DJ thing and you don't have goals, you're going to have no direction. Now, one of your goals can be to get a residency. I personally think every single beginner DJ should be aiming to get a residency when they first start DJing. Now, if you don't know what a residency is a DJ gig that you have every single week. So for me, I used to have a residency at a venue, then every single Saturday at the same time, every single week, 9 till 4, I would DJ there. I'm the resident DJ. Every single DJ that starts this DJ thing should be aiming to become a resident DJ. And there's benefits of being a resident DJ. Now, if you've never DJed in a club before, being a resident DJ will help you understand the club structure and how to make a night flow. What DJs don't understand, especially beginner DJs, is that you need to take the crowd on a journey. So you need to have them coming in, you need to warm them up, you need to hit them with the bangers, but then you also need to do like the whole peaks and troughs thing where you bring the energy up, but then you also got to bring it down so then people can go to the bar and spend some money and then come back, etc. So I feel like having a residency really will help you as a DJ. Now, that might not be the only goal that you have as a DJ. Another goal might be to be able to mix drum and bass or mix R&B or mix a genre that you've never really played before. It could be anything, but I feel like every single DJ should have some goals set out at the start of their DJ career. So what I do suggest you do is literally get a piece of paper or get a Word document or a notes document on your iPhone and just write down a few goals. Don't set too many because you don't want to set the expectation too high. When you first start DJing, maybe set just 3 goals. Get a residency, learn a new genre, and get to know your equipment. Something simple as that. Write your goals down and you're going to be on the path to success as a DJ. The next tip I want to give you is create a professional brand. When you first start DJing, you are just going to be DJing and you don't really care about anything. But what you need to realize is once you start becoming a DJ, you're starting a business because you need to sell yourself to other venues and clubs and stuff like that. So you need to be presentable. When you first start DJing, you don't really need to worry about it too much, but I'm telling you now, it's something that you need to have in the back of your head because once you start contacting venues, you need to make sure that your brand is professional. Now, these days, our brand is pretty much Instagram. When you go onto your Instagram, when you go onto a DJ's Instagram, that's where you're going to see what they're all about. When you come onto my Instagram, you're going to see that I do a lot of tips videos for DJs, but then you also see me in the club as well. So when a venue might be checking you out, they're going to come to your page and they're going to have a little scroll down and see what you're about. So what I would say is make sure that your Instagram is at the top level. Make sure that it has your DJ name on there nice and clear. Make sure it has a nice photo of you. Make sure that you have a link in the bio maybe pointed to some DJ mixes. Maybe put in your bio where you DJ at. And then all your photos and all your videos need to be something quite professional. Now, we all have iPhones. We all have good quality cameras. So make sure that when you're recording content, you're using one of these high quality cameras. Now, you don't need to go out and buy a camera like this camera like I'm recording now on this YouTube video. But like I said, iPhone 15s have crazy cameras now. So use that as your camera to record some professional content. Now, a lot of us do go out on our own and DJ, so it's quite hard to get content, but maybe take a friend with you one time and get some content, or invest in a tripod and put it next to you as well. Or you can get a GoPro 360 camera, you can get a GoPro, you can get anything to get content. But make sure that when you're getting this content, it's high quality, and make sure that your Instagram profile is really good, because when people come to your Instagram profile, that's where they're going to judge you, and that's where they're going to get the real feel of your DJ self. So make sure that you build a professional brand from early on as a beginner DJ, because it's really going to help you out. And then leading on from that, the next tip I want to give you is maintain a polished online presence. Now, what I mean by that is all your socials online need to be professional and make sure that everything just looks good. As a DJ, you are going to have Instagram, TikTok, Twitter maybe. Now, they all do 3 different things really. Instagram, I feel, is your CV as a DJ. So when a venue or someone looks at that, it's literally everything that you've done as a DJ. So I feel like you need to have that all nice and polished. Like I said in the previous point, you got good quality cameras, so use those good quality cameras to take good photos of you and take good videos of you. TikTok is more for content. So if you want to start, I don't know, posting up some of your DJ routines, some of your mashups and stuff like that, put that on there, right? But make sure it's all professional. Make sure that you've got good lighting on your videos. Make sure you've got good sound. That's all I mean by having a good online presence, because if you have a good online presence, you can reach out to more and more people. What people don't understand is, yeah, they say they can't be bothered to make content, but then they're complaining about not getting bookings. If you make content on these platforms, it can reach out to more and more people. Joe LaBelle is a great example of creating content and going far. Joe LaBelle done loads of wordplay transition tricks, right? Made videos on them, and now he's touring around Asia, going to Bangkok, Thailand, etc. Right? Put the content out, people, and I guarantee you're gonna get more and more bookings, right? So TikTok is gonna be for trying to get yourself out there with putting out your skills and stuff like that. And then Twitter's not for everyone, but if you want to start talking to DJs and talking to like-minded DJs and getting involved in conversations about DJing, maybe come over to Twitter, or X as they call it now. Follow me on Twitter at DJCB_. I ask a lot of questions around DJs and I start a lot of discussions. So if you're interested in that, check that out. Twitter is the least of your worries about building an online presence. I really think that you need to focus on Instagram and TikTok. Make sure it's all nice and polished and nice and clean. So if anyone wants to come to your profile, they're going to think, you know what, this guy's serious about his DJing. The next tip I'm going to give you is invest in quality gear. Now, as a beginner DJ, the first thing you're going to do is buy a controller. Now, I'm not going to say go out and buy the best controller ever, because what you need to do first is make sure that you actually like DJing. Too many times DJs have gone out, spent £1,000, £2,000 on a DJ controller, £3,000 on a laptop, to then realize that they don't like DJing, and then that money's a waste. So the first thing you should do is go out and buy a cheap controller. The first thing I done when I started DJing was I bought a small controller. I think it was a Newmark controller or one of those Hercules controllers. And I plugged it into my laptop. It was a cheap Dell laptop back in the day. And I just practiced DJing. I think it was on Virtual DJ at the time. What that made me do is realize that I actually really wanted to be a DJ, because I loved mixing. I loved tracks, selecting tracks and stuff like that. So once I realized that I liked DJing, then I invested in better quality equipment. So once I got rid of that controller, I then bought a Denon MCX 8000, which was a professional controller in my eyes, and then I started DJing with that. Once I spilled drink on that, I then bought another controller. So just invest in quality equipment, because if you have better quality equipment, it's going to make you perform a lot better. Because if you've got something really small and something quite like not solid, it could hinder your performance. Once you know that you want to become a DJ, do a lot of research. There's so many videos online around the best DJ controllers, the best laptops and stuff like that. So check them out all on YouTube. And honestly, investing in quality equipment is going to help you as a beginner DJ. Then on from that, the next tip I want to give you is keep your equipment well maintained. Now, we've seen all the photos and all the horror stories online where DJs are going to DJ gigs and they're seeing the mixers all battered. They got like all stuff growing on them and stuff like that. Like, it's awful. But with your equipment at home, make sure you're keeping it well maintained. Make sure that you're wiping it down. Make sure you're dusting it. If you've got, if you can buy a dust protector for your DJ equipment, buy it. The worst thing is going on your DJ equipment and having to dust off dust. Get yourself a dust protector, which costs about £40, £50 for most controllers, and just put it on top of it. That's all you need to do. And just make sure that, like, when you're taking it to gigs, make sure that you're carrying it in a case. So many times, yeah, I've seen DJs take their DJ controller in the box that it came with. I done it before, but I done it when I was doing like house parties. But once I started going to the clubs, I bought an actual case for it. Now, I know a lot of DJs will be like, oh, I'm not buying a case, it's too much money. You just spent £800, £900 on a DJ controller. Spend £20, £30 on a case for it to protect it. If you drop that, you're gonna have to buy a new one. If you scuff it, you're gonna be fuming. So take care of your stuff. If you take care of your stuff, you're gonna appreciate it a lot more, and it's just gonna make you feel a lot better. So DJs, please just take care of your equipment. The next tip I want to give you, and it's probably one of the biggest ones in this list, is be punctual to all your DJ gigs. The last thing you want to be doing is being late to a DJ gig, right? It's unprofessional and it will stress you out. I don't think I've ever been late to a DJ gig, but I've been close. I think I've turned up to a gig 1 minute before I was supposed to start. Now, that's happened once in the 7 years I've been DJing, and I tell you what, I was stressed out, right? I was walking to the gig and I had no time whatsoever to get there. I had to get a taxi literally 4 minutes, right, from the venue, just to make sure I got there on time. But when I got there, I was stressed, I was panicking, I wasn't relaxed. I had to set up everything really quickly, and I wasn't relaxed in my set for a good like hour or so. Now, if you get there nice and early, you can make sure that you calm yourself down, get yourself ready, and then you can mentally prepare yourself. You want to make sure that before you start your DJ gig, you're relaxed, because you don't want to be thinking about anything else. You don't want to be flustered at all. Being early for your DJ gigs will actually help you out, and I'll tell you why. If you get there early, right, the managers of the venue are going to like you because they're going to be like, he's nice and professional, he's here nice and early, he's ready to help us. Because if you're late, they're going to be stressed because they're going to be like, oh my God, where's the DJ at? And they're going to get stressed. And if you are actually late, they're going to be like, this guy is a liability. And eventually they might sack you. And the last thing you want as a brand new DJ, when you get a DJ gig, a DJ residency, is to get sacked, right? It will literally hurt you. I've been let go of a DJ residency once before. Again, I'll leave that video linked in the description down below. And I wasn't myself for a couple of weeks because I was like, oh my God, I've ruined it. I've ruined my DJ career. It's a horrible feeling. So DJs, do not be late to your DJ gigs, and never ever allow yourself to get sacked from a DJ gig just because you were late. Be on time, be punctual. It's really simple. The next tip I want to give you is communicate with clients. Now, this is specifically for like weddings and birthday parties. Now, if you've got a wedding, right, make sure that you are contacting the client way in advance because they're going to have some requests. They're going to have certain things that they're going to want. And especially for weddings, they are going to want the first dance. Now, DJs, I'm going to tell you right now, yeah, if you've never done a wedding before, weddings are the most pressure DJ bookings that you'll probably do because the wedding is the best day of these people's lives, and you cannot be the person that ruins it because you forgot their first dance song or you messed something up, right? So contact the client, right, weeks in advance, right, and just find out exactly what they want. If they want song requests, download them all in advance, make sure you got all the tracks, and then make sure that you incorporate them into your DJ set. Because the last thing you want to do is just get a bunch of songs and just play songs that they want. You want to give your own flavor. So get the songs that they want and figure out how you can mix them into your DJ set. And then also, yeah, get the first dance song, but I'm going to give you one extra tip within inside this tip. Listen to the song all the way through, right? The last thing you want to be doing is playing their first dance and then it goes into some crazy remix, or if you got it off YouTube, it goes into like a skit or a talking thing. Listen to the thing all the way through. Then after that, they're probably going to just want like you to play certain things at certain times or say specific things on a microphone. Just talk to the client and get all this stuff prepared before the DJ booking because it's going to make you a lot more relaxed when you go. So the next tip I want to give you is make sure that your DJ name is professional. Now, when you first start DJing, right, normally people just take it as a joke. So then they make themselves a weird DJ name. Like you might have a DJ name like DJ Unknown or DJ Badman or DJ this and that and whatever. You need to realize that later on down the line, you're going to need to be professional and be talking to quite like high up clients or professional people. So you don't want to go and then they ask you, oh, so what's your DJ name? And you're like, DJ Unknown. No, don't do it. Make sure that your DJ name is something memorable and something professional because it's going to really help you out later on. Now, DJ CB, literally my nickname in school was C and then my middle name begins with a B. So I've just merged that together. Nice and professional, nice and clean, nice and memorable. So maybe just use your first name and your last name. Maybe use the initials, anything, right? But just don't do anything too crazy. Like I've seen some wild DJ names, which I'm not going to say on this video, yeah? But I'm thinking to myself, how are you going to go to a booking with that DJ name, yeah? Obviously, these are just beginner tips and you're all, everyone that's watching me now, you're all starting out. So I'm just helping your future DJ self because once you go from beginner to intermediate to professional, right? You're gonna need to have a professional DJ name. Trust me. Because the last thing you want to do is build up your brand with one DJ name and then have to change it because you're too embarrassed, right? Have a professional DJ name and it's gonna help you out a long way. The next tip I'm gonna give you is you need to be able to adapt to different venues and different situations. Now, the best way to do this is being an open format DJ. When I first started, I just wanted to be an R&B and hip hop DJ. I've told this story many times before. But then when you start going to venues and they start asking what music you play and you just say R&B and hip hop, they're like, oh, do you know what? We need someone a little bit more well-rounded. If you're an open format DJ, you should be able to play any party, right? You should be able to look at a crowd and be like, you know what? They want house, they want dance, they want dancehall, they want Afrobeats, they want R&B, and you should be able to go into your music library and pick that genre and play it to them. So a lot of DJs, every time they go to different venues, they start to panic and they start to be like, oh, I don't know what to play in this venue. I don't know what to play. If you're open format and you have your music library organized in a specific way, you can play at any venue and you won't have to worry. For me, I can play at absolutely any venue because I have my music library split up into scenarios. Now, what I mean by that is the first easy scenario that I have is just opening sets, right? at the start of every single club, as long as it's like a residency where no one's in the venue at the start, every single club's gonna need an opening set where it's gonna be no one inside there, but you need some low, calm music, nothing too crazy. Every venue needs that, so I have a crate for that. Every venue will have girls in there, so you need a crate to get the girls dancing. Every venue's gonna have a warm-up section. Now, there's gonna be different types of warm-ups. There's gonna be commercial warm-up, R&B warm-up, hip-hop warm-up, dancer warm up, depending on what venue you're going to be in. So make sure that you have those crates ready for that, because you might go to a venue and you might be like, you know what, there's a lot more people that might like R&B in here. Let's do an R&B warm up today. And then once you've done that, just make genre crates, right? So dance, drum and bass, rock, commercial, whatever. Because then if you've got all these genres split up, you can go to a venue and you'll be like, you know what, they want a bit more rock music today. Let me jump into that. Now, I'm not telling you to go and fully understand the rock genre, right? I'm not telling you to do that. What you need to do is just have the top 50 rock songs, yeah? That's all you need. As an open format DJ, you don't need to know the genres inside out. You just need to know how to play the best songs of that genre. You just need to have the top 50 dancehall songs, top 50 Afrobeat songs, top 50 R&B hip hop. And if you want to download more, you can. This is the best way to be able to adapt to different audiences and different venues, because if you have crates for every scenario, you can play absolutely anywhere. I've done a set in Newcastle last year, and I went there. I've never been to the venue before, because why would I travel to Newcastle? It takes like 5 hours. And I went there, I looked at the crowd and I was like, you know what? There's a lot of younger girls in here, but it's around the main set. So then I started playing all your Megan Thee Stallions, Saweeties, Doja Cats, etc. right at the start of my set. And it went off because I read the crowd, looked at my DJ library, and I was like, you know what, this fits perfectly. And then after that, I looked at the crowd and I was like, oh, they want a bit more UK rap. Went into that crate. They want a bit more hip hop. Went into that crate. And it's just so much easier that way. If you only plan and organize your DJ library by the venue that you play at and that's it, you're going to struggle going to different venues, right? So make sure that your music library is organized properly and you're going to be able to adapt to different audiences and different venues. The next tip I'm going to give you is always have a backup for any scenario that you may face. Now, there's different scenarios that you may face that your laptop might die or your DJ controller might die. Now, to resolve this, you just need to make sure that you have your iPhone on you or your Android on you with some DJ mixes on there. Yeah, that, and also an aux lead that can plug into their system or your DJ controller, right? Just make sure that you have a backup, because the worst thing that you could face is going to a club with all your DJ equipment, you're ready, and it doesn't work or it cuts out. DJs, having silence in a club for longer than 10, 20 seconds is long, right? It's the worst thing ever, right? So what you want to try and do is make sure that some sort of music is going to be playing within the next 30 seconds or not, right? Because if you can't get the music back on, people are going to start to leave, people are going to start to boo, and then everyone's just going to blame you. So make sure that you have a backup. Make sure you have a backup laptop, backup controller. If you don't have any of that, you don't have the money for that, just make sure that you have mixers on your phone that you can plug into their system and run, right? Even if you have Spotify, anything, just make sure that you have a cable to your phone and an auxiliary lead that can go into any system. Once you have that, you're going to be a lot more calmer. So the next tip I'm going to give you is network with other DJs. As a beginner DJ, the best thing you can do is network with other DJs in the industry. Now, there are a lot of DJs that are very stubborn, rude, and just horrible. But there are some, like myself, that are willing to help out. If a younger DJ needs help, I'll always give them the tips and the help and the guidance to get them to the next stage. You might be a bedroom DJ and you might want to try and figure out how to get to clubs. All the videos on my YouTube channel will help you do that, right? But if you don't want to come through me, you can just contact another DJ. Now, a lot of DJs will help you out, but you need to kind of just be polite about it. Don't go to a DJ and be like, give me a DJ set. Don't build a fake relationship with them. If you have a genuine question, just ask them, oh, how did you get into that venue? Then they'll tell you. Then you can work your way into getting to another venue. Or if you really want to, go to that venue, listen to the DJs, listen and talk to the promoters and stuff like that. Get yourselves in the environments that you want to be in, and you never know, you can get more bookings, right? You also need to make sure that you put your face in front of other DJs and just people that you want to be noticed by. And in order to do that, put content online. If you want to be in a dance venue or you want to play dance music, create dance content on TikTok, right? Then that will get in front of dance promoters, dance DJs, dance audiences, and the next thing you know, you could probably get a booking. Make sure that you're networking with other DJs. I know it's difficult because a lot of us are introverts and we don't really like talking to other people. So in order to progress your DJ career, DJs, you are going to need to network. So the next tip I want to give you is keep track of your finances and your expenses. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, right? So don't take any full on advice from me. But when you start DJing, right, you're probably going to be working a full-time job. I still work my full-time job now and I still DJ. So you're gonna start DJing and you're gonna get this extra bit of money, right? So you're gonna have your day job, you're gonna be earning however much money a year, but you're also gonna get your DJ money. Now the first thing DJs do is be like, oh, I got all this extra money, I'm gonna spend it. Don't do that, right? Save that money and then just spend your day job money, right? But stash away the DJ money and save it. You could buy yourself a new controller, new headphones, new laptop, anything, right? The thing that I always see DJs doing is going out and buy designer top. They'll DJ for like £200-300 and they'll go buy a Balenciaga t-shirt for £250. It don't make sense. For what? To take a picture with it and then never wear it again, because a lot of DJs will take a picture in the top once and then never wear it again because they're like, oh, I've already had it in that photo, I can't have people seeing me wearing that top again. Do you know what I mean? So you are going to get this new income of money, yeah, but don't get too excited about it. Stash it away. And also, when you start paying tax on that, yeah, you need to make sure you have that money saved to pay the tax man. So make sure you pay your taxes, people, trust me. Make sure that you're keeping track of your finances and don't just go blow your money on designer stuff just because you're getting extra money. Save that money, right? Save that money and invest it in something else. Invest in yourself. If you want to do more DJ lessons, invest it in that. If you want to invest it in better equipment, do that. Don't go and spend all your money on designer clothes and designer trainers, man. It's literally not worth it. The next tip I'm going to give you is develop a clean and professional logo. Now, this logo is going to be put on flyers, your Instagram, your TikTok, and if anyone asks you for anything of your logo, you need to send it to them, so it needs to be professional. I would say just contact someone on fiverr.com and get them to design a logo for you, or just create a very, very simple logo on Canva, which can be put on flyers. Now, what you need to do is make sure that you have a logo that you can remove the background so you can put it on any flyer, and make sure that you have a black version and a white version, right? Try to stay away from colored logos, because say for example you got a red logo and there's a red flyer, it's going to clash, or you're not going to see it. So make sure that you just have a white version and a black version, and make sure the background's removed. And then make sure as well, this is one thing I didn't used to do but I do now, is keep the logos in a folder on your computer or on your phone. So then if anyone asks you, you're not scrambling through your phone photos or online or whatever. You can literally just go to that folder and send it to them. So just make sure that you build a professional logo, something nice and clean that could be seen on a flyer, and something that might stand out as well. Just have a lot more thought with your DJ logo, because that's going to be with you forever. Obviously you can revamp it over the years and change it up, but the first DJ logo you have normally is going to be the DJ logo you're going to have forever. So make sure that you put some thought into it and make sure it's nice and professional. Another tip I'm going to give you is make sure that you showcase your skills constantly online. Now there's two platforms that you can do this on: Instagram and TikTok. These are the only two you need. If you have a setup like I do here with the Rev 5 or the Rain 12s, CDJs, controller, anything, make sure you have it set up and record content constantly and put it online. You are not going to get bookings these days without putting content online. Obviously, there's word of mouth, there's all this stuff. That's all old fashioned now. In order to get yourself out there in front of people now these days, you need to be posting on TikTok. The TikTok algorithm is favoring DJs these days, right? There's DJs getting millions of views from doing simple mashups and simple DJ stuff. Be one of those people. In order to get more bookings and get yourself out in front of more people, create more content, DJs. What I would say is dedicate, I don't know, 1 hour a week. Put the camera up, yeah, and record the audio and just record yourself doing something. And then later on in the week, chop up that video, find some content and then post it online, right? It's as simple as that. But the main thing and the main tip I want to give you, yeah, is just make sure that you have your DJ set up all the time. Right now, my DJ stuff is set up here, so if I want to create a video literally after recording this, I can do it, right? If you have your DJ controller in a bag, in a box, in another room, and you have to set it up in order to do something, you're not going to be putting out content because you're going to be like, I can't be bothered, right? Make sure that you just don't put a guard in front of you when you need to make content. Just make sure that it's there ready, and I guarantee you're going to be like, you know what, I got an idea today, let me jump on the decks and record it. Make sure that you're putting out content constantly online, because that's going to help you get more and more DJ bookings. The next tip I'm going to give you is provide a clear invoice for your services. Now, once you start making money as a DJ, you are going to have to start invoicing. Now, the first few DJ gigs you do, probably you will get a bit of cash in hand. But as you start going through, you're going to have to start doing invoices, because like I said previously, you're a business, right? So what I would say is go online and find a template, invoice template generator, Create that and just make sure it's nice and clean. Make sure it has your address, your DJ name, and then what service you provided. And then what I would say is keep that template on your computer in a specific place. So whenever you need to make an invoice again, go to that template, change whatever you need to change and send it. What I used to do all the time when I used to struggle was I never used to save the template. So every time I used to have to go on the website, create the template again, do this, do that. It put too much in the way. So then what I ended up doing was forgetting to do invoices and I wasn't getting paid. So yeah, literally all you need to do is create a template for your invoices, make sure it's nice and clear, and it's going to help you out in the long run. Another tip I'm going to give you is be responsive to inquiries and messages. Once you start DJing and start getting a bit of a name for yourself, you are going to start getting inquiries via email and Instagram, right? And maybe Facebook message. Be responsive, because the longer you leave it, the less chance that you may get that booking. Because when venues and people are looking for DJs, they are looking at different DJs, because obviously they want to get the best price and the best DJ. They're not just going to go to one DJ. So if you get a message, try and reply back to it really quickly, right? The quicker you reply back to it, the more chance you have of that booking. And then one way you can do this even better is, obviously, with pricing as a DJ, it's really hard to figure out how much you want to charge. But once you figure out your pricing, write it down in a notes on your phone. So then when someone asks you what your prices are, you can go to that note, copy it, and paste it straight to them. The thing I used to do, which used to really mess me up, was I used to not know what my prices were, or I used to just have a random figure in my head. So then when people would ask me what my prices are, I wasn't sure. But now, literally, I'll go into my notes, I copy and paste it straight to them. If they don't like my prices, then they can find another DJ. Make sure that you're just setting yourself up and preparing yourself for when these inquiries come through, people, because it's more likely that you're going to get that booking if you're nice, professional, and quick. The next tip I'm going to give you is create a social media posting schedule. Now, what I mean by this is just figure out a time that works for you to post every day or every week. Let me give you an example. So you might want to post on Instagram every Friday at 6 p.m. because that's when most DJs are active, or most people are active on your Instagram. Set that up and then just post at that time every single time, because what that's going to do is going to make you seem consistent to your viewers, but it's also going to give you the correct data. Say, for example, you post at 6 p.m. and you get 10,000 views on a video. And then if you post the next week at the same time and you only get 4,000 views, you can look at the videos and be like, what was better about the 10,000 one compared to the 4,000 one? Then the next time you post, you can see if you fixed it or not. And you just keep doing that over and over. If you keep posting at different times, you're not going to get the correct data and you're not going to know what to work on. So yeah, just I'll just set one for you. Every Thursday at 5 p.m, post on Instagram and see where you go. You might need to scale it back 1 hour. You might need to put it a bit later. You never know. So figure out a posting schedule for you and then tweak it as you go along. And I guarantee you're going to start to notice certain things with your content. You can make it a lot better. And then in the long run, you're going to start making better content, posting at the right times, and it's going to be reaching the people that you want. Next tip is to be adaptable and open to feedback. Now, the worst thing as a DJ is getting negative feedback, right? It is awful. Actually, no. Not so much negative feedback, critical feedback, is that the word? Yeah. Basically feedback about your performance, which is going to help you in the long run if you take the advice. Now, you might put a DJ routine up, right? And you might think it's the best thing. But then someone comes in your DMs and be like, oh, you could have done that better. That pain or whatever comes into your body is awful. But they could be coming from a good place. They might be a professional DJ of like 10 years and they might be trying to help you out. So don't be rude back to them. Literally just take it on board, maybe apply what they say. If it doesn't work for you, carry on. If it does work for you, thank them in the DMs, innit? Because they are trying to help you out. There are DJs like myself that want to help out beginner DJs. Be open to feedback, right? Because it can actually help you become a better DJ. Next tip is to maintain a professional appearance on stage. The main thing that I will say in this point is just don't drink on the job. Now, some DJs will be like, oh, I DJ better when I'm drunk. You don't, right? You might be a little bit more confident, but you don't DJ better. So you don't want to be in the DJ booth necking shots and necking beers and all this stuff, yeah? You want to be professional because, like I said, people, it's a business. The last thing you want to do is be necking drinks, get too drunk, and you mess up your DJ set. So just make sure that you're remaining professional on the stage and remaining professional on the in the DJ booth. I know it's fun to maybe have a drink when you're DJing or if you're with your friends. And if you bring your friends, you might be a little bit more less professional because you're going to be bouncing off them, vibing with them in the booth. But just remember, your friends are not going to be the one that loses the DJ gig if you mess up, right? So just keep that in your head, right? Remain professional in the DJ booth. If you want to go have a drink, drink after your set, or drink on a night that you don't have a DJ set. You don't have to drink when you DJ, so just keep that in your head. Next tip I want to give you is deliver consistent performances when you're DJing. Now, it is going to be hard to be the best DJ every single week because you might be going through some dramas at home, you might be tired. Try and provide the most consistent professional performances as a DJ every time you can. Now, there are going to be things that could stop this, but what I would say is just make sure that you get enough sleep. A lot of DJs don't get enough sleep because they get in late and then they wake up because they got to do this, they got to do that. Try and make sure that you get enough sleep, especially before your DJ gig as well. Like, try and get a nap in before so you're not tired and slumped to your DJ gig, because if you're tired and not thinking straight, your DJ gig isn't going to go that well. And also just make sure that you're turning up on time. I said it in a point previously before, in order to provide a good quality performance, turn up on time. Get there half an hour before, get yourself ready, scope out the venue, do whatever you need to do, right? Be on time, get enough sleep, drink loads of water, and it's going to help you deliver consistent performances every single DJ set. Next tip I'm going to give you is engage with your audience professionally. Now, the best way to engage with your audience, right, is to use the microphone. Like I said previously, we're all introverts as DJs, really. We're not really that much outgoing people, so picking up the microphone and talking to a crowd of people is hard, right? But in order to engage with the crowd and get them on your side, it's always good to pick up the microphone and talk to them. You don't have to say loads, you don't have to sing on the microphone to every single song, but just engage with them. Who's having a birthday tonight? Who in here is having a good time? Anything to just interact with them so they start talking back to you. Engaging with your audience is going to help you make your DJ set a lot better. I guarantee it. Now, I've got a video on my YouTube, 11 ways you can use the microphone. I'm going to leave it linked in the description down below. Watch that video, see how I talk to the crowd and how they respond, and then take that into your next DJ set. You don't have to do all of them. Maybe pick one and just do it or say it once in your DJ set, and in the next week, do 2. Next week, do 3. And eventually, in about a month or 2's time, you're going to be very confident on the microphone and know exactly what you need to say. Another tip I'm going to give you is develop a professional pricing structure. So now, I did say it in another point before, but go into your notes on your phone and then write down your pricing structure for if you do a guest set, a residency set, a wedding, a birthday party, and have them laid out there. Have a nice long think about it, and then write them down. Now, what you don't want to do is have to think about it when someone asks you, because then you might take a bit too much time to reply, then you might lose the booking. And you might be like, oh, what do I charge, whatever. Think of a set fee that you want to charge for each booking, each kind of booking that may come through, and then just copy and paste the prices to them. If they don't like the prices, then tell them to go get another DJ. It's as simple as that. Just make sure that you have a professional pricing structure in your notes on your Android or your iPhone. Is going to help you out in the long run. Another tip I'm going to give you is stay organized with your DJ bookings. Now, all you need to do is download an app. I use an app called Time Tree that keeps track of all my DJ bookings. Obviously, I'm a busy person, so I do have a lot of meetings and schedules, but for my DJing, I just use this app called Time Tree. All my DJ bookings go into there. If I get a DJ booking in, I'll put it into that app. And then at the start of the week, I'll have a look and be like, oh, I've got a DJ booking here, got a DJ booking here. Make sure that you have an app specifically for it. Don't put it in your notes, right? Don't do it, because in your notes, it will get lost. Put it into a calendar app, and I guarantee it's going to help you in the long run. The worst thing you want to do when you get a little bit more busier is when you get inquiries and then you book something in and then you don't put it in your calendar and you forget about the booking. So many times I've heard DJs forget about their bookings and then they've gone and lost that gig or they've lost the money or whatever. Get yourself an app, a specific app for your DJ bookings. It's going to help you out in the long run. Now, that was 23 tips for beginner DJs. Now that you've watched this video, check this video out here.